full of light. And the webbing is a tangle I can't justify. Spinning promises that only echo in the air. You play the part so perfect, making people think you care. Common sense says, what the hell were you expecting? You're getting back what you deserve, now your hands are sweating. Common sense says, what the hell were you expecting? I don't give a shit, I let it come on, do the dirty work. Stepping on the crack, 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 stepping on the crack. No, you can't fuck with my head. Hear the break when you fall. No, you can't fuck with my head. I'll be the one to never above it all. No, you can't fuck with me. Feel the pressure building up inside your only seas. Indecisive, every toxin wants to disagree. Paranoia setting in like on a shitty high. No longer now the spider, you've become that fucking fly. Common sense says, what the hell were you expecting? Everybody talks a lot of shit to keep you guessing. Common sense says, what the hell were you expecting? I don't give a shit, I love it, come on, do the dirty work. Stepping on the crack, 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 stepping on the crack. No, you can't fuck with my head. Hear the break when you fall. No, you can't fuck with my head. I'll be the one to never above it all. No, you can't fuck with me.
Right, so we're already having an error. Ask your community an error code. Yes, no. See what's going on. Of course there's an error. What else? How else would we start the stream without an error? Ah! Oh, I'm loving this. Let me try it again. Because that's a great way to start a stream, isn't it? It's like a conspiracy, like they already know. It's like an error going on. Let's see. Yeah, this works. Apparently, if there's a possibility of being a swear word, even though it's not, but oh yeah, you can't use special characters. That's the problem. While you're doing a poll, you can't use special characters. And let's sing for that. why does it sound like this? Oh, it feels like this should be left a little higher. It feels like this too much, and this. Yeah, this might do it. This might do it. Let's see how it sounds now. I don't know why the other one sounds so rough. It shouldn't be that rough. Again, this sounds a little rougher than it should. I'm just gonna let it go a little bit. Try to change its position. Oh, come on, let's do this properly. I don't know why it does that. You see, it sounds like a different one, and I don't know why. I don't really understand why. Why are you doing this, my sweetheart? My sweetheart, let's just give it a go. Let's just move this a little bit here. We're gonna put this way over here. I don't actually know what I'm doing, but apparently I'm according it, or trying to do it, but let's see how it sounds like this. You see? This one shouldn't sound like that. This one should have been more girly, more high. That's higher than I used to be on these streams. That's for sure. Again, you're still at work? That's good, because we did our little song, because you all know that last time we forgot to do the intro music. But again, we're gonna talk about the biggest conspiracy of our time. All the conspiracy of all time. Some of the conspiracy of our time. First of all, I conspired with an author. You already know that I'm going on Paper Tiger streams, usually around here. Now I just received her book today. I don't know when I'm gonna read it, but I have done my part to support another fellow writer. And when I'll finish it, usually when you finish a book, it is good to leave a review. They do need it. They're as thirsty as I am for some subscribes, for some likes on this stream, so we can push out the algorithm and actually talk about more and more stuff that have to do with our world. Now, for those of you who don't know what happened recently, apparently it was the Grammys. And one of the first conspiracies is old people trying to tell you they're not old. Trying to release the old, as Madonna hits back at ageist criticism after Grammy Awards appearance. Now, we all know Madonna. She's older than all of us by this time. And she doesn't want to admit that she is old. Now, you can see, you do not recognize anything of Madonna anymore. You know that all the chemicals have been put here to maintain a certain age bracket which doesn't belong to anymore. And no matter how much she speaks about, she's a granny. She's basically a granny. If you take all of this away, all the makeup, you know she's a granny. She won't accept it. But let's see what Madonna has spoken out about. Because Madonna has spoken out against criticism of her appearance after presenting at the Grammy Award Sunday night, which we just provided today. We just provided a little bit of criticism. Just leave yourself get old, woman. You're old, we all know it. In her latest Instagram post, the multi-award winning singer lamented being caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. Okay, it's not misogyny to tell someone, hey, we know you're old, you know you're old, we know you're old. Can you try not to do all this, or people think that there's something, you still have something going on? After a close-up photo of her face went viral online and sparkled a torrent of negative comments. I think she's speaking about, where is it? Come on, I had it. God damn it. I have so many tabs, so many tabs that I won't touch even on 10% of them. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Come on. Now, this person on the left side is Madonna. Where is the other one? This was the close-up. Now, does this look like a young person to you? Does this person right here look like something? I don't know. It looks like a dude, an alien dude from a different race. Usually a satanic race. Now, if you look at this and then read the article, you know that those talkbacks that she did have no weight, since she is old. Recognize it. It's alright to tell someone that they're old. We know it. It's no matter how much you like. We talked about this. No matter how much you try to use the words to describe yourself differently and the actions that you do differently, you're still using perfume on a turd. Because at the end of the day, it's still a turd that is presented to you, even though you smell the turd. We know it. And no matter how much they say it's not a turd, it is a turd. You can say, oh, but it smells like this. Oh, but it's wrapped in here. No, it's just a turd. Okay? Let's see. The image was taken while Madonna was introducing Kim Petras and Sam Smith's performance. Oh, we're gonna talk about that performance, because we already know that they try to use all the satanic things just to get the last part of the attention before their true downfall, since they have nothing worthy anymore of presenting to us. Okay, Sam Smith performance unholy. Smith identifies as non-binary, while Petras became the world's first openly transgender woman to perform at the event. Of course they do. They always have this, the world's first openly transgender, because they didn't do anything to actually deserve the opening or something. They just put them some labels, and then put the person some labels that nobody even remembers and actually affiliates with, but they putting everything there just so they could gain some of the favor, some of the the eyes out there for the persons that might be like that. Because the more labels you put, the more people you can gather by your side. And that's the first conspiracy theory, is the game of games, the game theory. As some of you, if you know it, in the game theory, you can't go totally on one side and totally on the outside. You just have to go closer. The closer you are to both sides, the more success you will have. And they are using this properly, and you're played properly. Everyone's played properly. Because, hey, if bad publicity is still publicity. But of course, you have to keep the bad publicity to not forget what they're doing to you, and at what point can the society decay. Alright, so Madonna called it a history-making moment. Of course it is. Hey guys, you remember the first time the world's first openly transgender woman performed at the Grammys? Yeah, neither do I. I didn't... Just let's go on. Adding, instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about giving thanks to the fearlessness of artists like Sam and Kim, many people choose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anyone's face. Of course. When you're... How old is Madonna? Madonna... Age... 64. 64. 64. 64. And you're coming like this. You're 64, woman. Can't you just grow old gracefully? Oh my god. But still, Madonna's Instagram page was flooded with comments calling her scary, unrecognizable, and denouncing her supposed obsession with plastic surgery. Really? Is this what a 64 looks like? And for you to know if someone is old, this will help you deconspire the lies of the surgeries, because we have them growing all over the world. The cosmetic surgeries, everyone tries to look even alien to what they used to look like, and you'll be attracted to that because there will be some future that are put in evidence and some future that are hidden. But if you want to see if a person's old, just look at the lobes. Just look at the lobes. The earlobes are what will tell you if a person is old or not, and these lobes look like she could be the elders in an elder witch or an elder, or simple an elder of a little town, right? Okay. Though the singer has never publicly addressed rumors of cosmetic enhancement. Of course, this is not natural. Why would she address something like this? The British television host Piers Morgan, who is often criticized for making hateful and sexist comments, milquetoast comments, dedicated a segment to the viral photo on his talk show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. The 64 musician clapped back at the remarks, saying in her Instagram post that the world refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45. No. That is a conspiracy to think that women past the age of 45 are not celebrated. Oh, they are celebrated if they are mothers, if they were close to their family, to their friends, to everyone around, and help grow some graceful habits into their life. Not this. This is nothing graceful in her getting old. Getting old gracefully is the best thing a woman can do for herself to be celebrated. Because you will see, I think many of us saw in our lifetime, at least once, an old lady that, not an old lady, but a woman past 45 that was so graceful in her movement, in her tact, in the way she spoke and the way she acted, that you knew that that was a woman that spent her life living well, as all should, right? And don't forget, it is right now a lot of conspiracies going on. The conspiracy of getting your money, getting men's money especially. And that way I was talking with my friend Jesus over here, Radu Moraru, and we were talking about enhancements and women, and the large majority of women that are doing it. And why, and we talked about one of the reasons why that happened. Why is there a boom of women doing enhancements? And it's of course a conspiracy to get your money. Now of course they don't know that well, some of them work, for some of them don't. It's like a coin toss at the end of the day. But why do they do it? Well, first of all, they do it because they want to get in higher groups, higher value groups, as the red pill people will tell you. High value parties, high value men groups, I don't know, golf things. And of course, if you're a normal girl, should be enough. That should be enough usually, and it is usually enough. However, if you want to get an edge on the other girl, what do? Well, you put a defining feature. You will think that is that it thing, right? It will have a feature that is larger than their competition is feature. So that way it will attract a man's attention and probably their money. Sure, we know that this doesn't happen a lot, since they are just gonna get a few bucks, a few change for that, for the value of those men, and then tossed aside to the curb for the new generation, which of course the new generation thinks the same way, so they always fight each other to grab a little bit of attention, and probably a little bit, and what else do they want to grab? Money. But never winning, because the games they are playing has no real price. Now let's go back to the unholy video, because we're gonna go into some conspirations. Let's go into other, oh come on, oh I lost it, is it here? There it is. Because Sam Smith have a Grammy video where people pretend to be evil, and okay, let's see what here Brian Krasenstein says. If you're outraged about Sam Smith's Grammy video where people pretend to be evil, just imagine how the LGBTQ community feels when millions of people believe that they are evil because of some 2000 years old book. Again, it's a conspiracy to put the people that try to follow God's way into with the people that are hating on gays. Now, we're gonna talk about hating on gays later. I don't actually hate the gays, I just hate the gay vibe, and well, YouTube's gonna drop this stream into oblivion, but hey, you can't fuck with my head, as the song said. Anyway, does this look like something not evil? They're pretending to be evil. Like, now they're just saying it to your face. At this point, you're not. These are the celebrations that people are doing. You remember celebrations? You remember celebrations? How you go to a party and you celebrate. Maybe a friend got a promotion. Maybe someone got married. Maybe someone got engaged. Well, maybe someone won something. Well, now these are the celebrations for people winning things. Okay, we're gonna remove this because this will copyright us. But who's singing? Now, yeah, it's very wholesome, isn't it? Just bring your family together. Just bring your family together. Here we have some OnlyFriends. We have some. We're gonna call them sex workers because we know what happens with this kind of people behind the scenes as they try to gain a place in the dance, so they can gain popularity, so they can gain more money. They just get naked. But look at these things. They're pretending. They're pretending like they're using months. They're imputing months of money and energy to pretend to be evil. Just to pretend. Now, I think it's more of a, I can do this. I just can do this. Look at me. I'm the devil. And look, this isn't even a real devil that you will have to learn about, because at the end of the day, another conspiracy theory, which is an old saying that the best trick that the devil pulled on humanity was to convince people that he doesn't exist, which should be a little bit troublesome, because evil does exist at the end of the day, and we all know it. No matter how much you put it in this way, there will be people willing to do unholy things and disgusting or cruel things to other people. And no matter how much you put that on biology, there is some things that trigger them to go into a certain direction, like having enough money to pay for this thing. What else? Again. However, we have apparently a quote from Alex Jones. I don't know if that's true. At the Grammys, always at the end of a civilization, open devil worship, Satan worship begins. When you start seeing the type of rituals being conducted in public by the establishment, they are ushering in everyone's destruction. And we can't say that that's not true, since we're going InfoWars. We're taking this for InfoWars directly. Let's see if they say something.
Thousands of human civilization.
Let's do this. Let's listen to Alex Jones. Hey, I haven't put them on the thumbnail for nothing, right?
Human civilizations for thousands and thousands upon thousands of years follow a cycle of death and rebirth. And always at the end of a civilization, open devil worship, Satan worship begins. And the left will claim, oh, that's a Christian construct, the devil. No, it's not. It's in every culture, in every age. And when you start seeing the type of rituals being conducted in public by the establishment, they are ushering in everyone's destruction, and Satan knows exactly what he's doing. Fat men saying they're women, dressed like clowns, being worshipped on stage, that is the uniform of these individuals, showing women sex slaves in cages being beaten by female devils with bullwhips. Human civilization.
Now, of course, since this is YouTube, I have to disavow all this. I do not support Alex Jones' opinion, because it's YouTube, so we're being whipped out here. We're the man in the cage being whipped. However, one of the biggest conspiracies about this is that we believe that this is important. This is something we should actually care about. Should we care about non-binary, whatever it is, that they brought into the scene? Should we care about Sam Smith playing the devil? Of course not. He's the only thing we should care about is not letting this being advertised to children, which, if you didn't know, YouTube allowed some of Sam Smith's videos to be played on YouTube Kids, which, if you don't know, YouTube Kids is a place where it's usually just for the kids, but you could see Sam Smith as well. For me to get on the YouTube Kids version, I would have to just not say anything and not even appear. I just have to say go planet alphabet, the alphabets. But for me to say some things that everyone is putting too much pressure on everything just for the fun of it, it's not a great view. It's not a great view at all. But let's see another CBS with Sam Smith. You can say that again. We are ready to worship. This is CBS, apparently, allegedly. However, I would like to search that to be sure. CBS. Did it say something with worship? Now, of course, you know, they know you're hooked on this, so they can only go further. Because of course, at the end of the day, the biggest conspiracy thing they're doing is trying to make you think other people are more interesting than you could ever be. And as you can see, if you take, no, I'm not seeing that tweet, so it's a long, they tweeted a lot. Oh, they tweeted a lot. That's why they're trying to make different people important, even though they're not. At the end of the day, that's the whole conspiracy. That's the whole thing they're doing. Is trying to somehow to make this look like they're important people and they're doing something. Okay, come on. Let's just take it this without any sound. Okay, so what at the end of the day, what is this doing? She's going like an orangutan on a cage. Okay? The other one, the same thing. She's just touching the cage. Nothing different happens. She just moves around the cage. This one moves lately in front of the camera. Now imagine being in the crowd, right? The sound is, of course, different, and it's played, MP3 played, but when you're there, you know the sound isn't good. And if you take the sound off, what do you think you're gonna hear? You're gonna hear plick, 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 truck, truck, because it's all Fruity Looped and it's all auto-tuned. It's nothing live anymore, because they can't do live anymore. Who does lives anymore? Live singing. I do live. But yeah, it's basically I get naked. Okay, here we have naked women, look at us. We have naked women, we worship Satan. Give us attention. Give us attention. Give us all your attention. And hey, it works, because it's hard to bring like attention on something productive nowadays without everything that's productive. Like, hey, look at Elon Musk, right? Anything that he does, he has to do a lot of things to also grab the attention, but that doesn't work, since it's actually productive, it actually helps people, and people don't like things that are good, that are helping. They just like to have something out of the ordinary. It's all a big meh at the end of the day. Opera is live singing. Yeah, have you ever seen some opera lately? No, because it's hard to actually find some real talent nowadays. It's not about talent nowadays. It's just about how are you going to attract any kind of attention, any kind of view, any kind of, oh my god. Nobody says, oh my. I just saw it. I don't know if this is true, but do you want to know who the sponsor is for the Grammys? Just check it out. Just check it out.
The 65th Grammy Awards is sponsored by Pfizer.
You see? Now, let's remember what else was overly blown by protection that was sponsored by Pfizer. Huh? What else was overblown, and not properly documented, not properly described, not even an inch of effort was done into actually doing something productive which would have worked. Huh? Do you remember the thing of the unknown origins? The unknown thing of the unknown origins? The horrible thing that, oh my god, is doing us all. You're all gonna die. Oh my god. But that's one of the conspiracies that's happening. Because we're gonna end with the Grammys for now. We don't have all day to keep our attention to the Grammys. But we can keep our attention on something else. On something that's more important. Something that's actually worth a little bit of attention. Because we know it's happening more and more often, and it shouldn't. But it does not get enough attention. It does not keep enough people laughing over and over and over again at the state of the world. Okay, you ready? Bra exposed and wigs flying. Mother and daughter are seen trading blows with Spirit Airlines agents in video of wild airport brawl after they were hit with extra fees at the gate for their oversized carry-on baggage. Yes, this is the reaction people are having nowadays when they are being hit with extra fees on their oversized carry-on baggage. Because this happens all the time. You have to know. If you're traveling, just know the freaking standard for the bags. Don't try and do stuff. Or if you're trying, just go with the car. Take the train. I don't know. Don't go. Don't travel if you can't travel. But if you travel and you're getting hit with those things, just do this, and remember it. Every time you're at the gate and you see some kind of typical mother and daughter, you're just gonna know it's gonna be a great time. A great time. Wait, sorry about this. Forgot to put my phone on silent. Alright, shocking again. Just remember, it's not a video. It's a shocking video. I'm just trying to hammer this home, as everyone on the internet is trying to make it a big thing. And actually, it's not shocking. It's sad that it becomes so often that people brawl on the video. Okay, shocking video. Shows a mother, 39, of course, graceful, and daughter, 17, trading blows with Spirit airline agents after they were hit with baggage fees at Philadelphia airport. Now, can you imagine working at Philadelphia airport? Yeah. And some randos start fighting you. Like, you wake up in the morning, you know you have to be happy, you have to smile to all kinds of people, even though, of course, you're working for an airline and it's hard. Your time is what do you call that? Because you're not sleeping constantly at the same hour if you're working at the airlines. Your time frames are shit, and then we have a person ready to fight you, because you never know. We should make this more public, you know. Just give some fighting lessons to the airline people. The brawl took place at the airport E terminal on Monday night as the flight prepared to board for Fort Lauderdale. What was for the first time? Police said a 24-year-old woman was left nursing a cut to her eye, but nobody was seriously hurt, and no arrests have been made yet over the dust-up. Now you see, that's the problem. No arrests have been made, and people think they have won this. You know, like, they know there are no consequences for just hitting people on the street. And of course, we're not gonna talk about their nationality, but we're gonna see it real soon. Okay, that was a spoiler alert. Spirit airline agents traded blows with unruly patient. Traded blows. You know what you're doing if you're gonna work on airlines? You're gonna trade blows with unruly passengers as they're boarding a flight with you. Every time a passenger books a flight with you, you should expect trading blows with them at any point. Because that's also a conspiracy to give you unholy prices. Unholy prices for the cabins. Do you know they're expensive? And if you know, here's a tip to survive this. Here's a tip to survive this. Now, if you're going somewhere, I'm gonna teach you how to have enough clothes into a different country. first of all, you should learn, of course, the size of the language that you are allowed, the weight, and then learn how to fold properly. There are many YouTube videos on how to fold clothes. Damn it. I'm still sick. Let me just light up a cigarette. You learn how to fold it, and then check the place where you want to go. Check if they have a Primark, because that place has a lot of cheap clothes, so you could buy those clothes and then just throw them off. Or if you want to buy some clothes, a lot of clothes, and or whatever you buy from a different part of the country or a different part of, I don't know where they were from. I don't understand the Philadelphia and Fort Lauderdale. I don't understand their distance. However, worst case scenario, you take everything, you put it in the package, you send it by UPS. It's not that hard if you don't want to pay extra fees. But usually if you go to a park, you learn where the cheap clothes are, you buy them there, and you throw them away or give them to the homeless. You're gonna do a good deed and get back so you can avoid a vicious fight. Now let's see if we can have a video here. Oh yeah. Now this will of course be blocked by YouTube because we won't be allowed to show so much things. But hey, let's have a fun night tonight, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe because I'm sure this will be blocked. This part will be blocked. Okay, look, just trading blows. Bam, 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 bam. What is going on? Oh, come on. Just, this is what oh. This is what's going on. Look at the dude. Look at the dude. He has a little guy. Like, oh my god, I didn't expect. I went to work. I didn't expect this to happen at this time. Oh my god, my phone is going away. This is so important that I felt when my phone was going away. Okay. Alright. Now you like this? You like this? Do you think it's a conspiracy for people to fight each other? Or is it just the lack of education on how to travel and lack of education in knowing that the airport companies are trying to rip you off at any point, but it's not the agents and the airline hostesses that are doing this to you, is the airline itself. Now, if you are 39 and don't know that the airline is trying to always rip you off and try to make the baggages lesser and lesser, there was a point that they're trying to make economy of you, not economy for the sense of economy. Now, there was a disturbing prototype for having less weight on the plane, but that meant you would sit on a bicycle. Oh, come on, can I find it? It's so old, but cold seats, airplane, come on. Okay, this is it. Oh, I don't want to be subscribed. I found it. Come on, let me just get on the ad block. I'm okay with that. Okay, so they tried to pull this off on people. Like, they have 3 rows and you sit like on a bicycle, sit and have the rows. Oh, imagine a 5-hour flight in these conditions. It's worth it's worse than actually being on a bike, and it's actually worse than those train stations. You know, those new benches where you're not allowed to sleep on them, but you can, you know, lean on them until the bus comes. Yeah, that would be your whole that whole flight. That whole flight. Look at this. Oh my god. And this is, I saw this presented. I saw this. There was an image that was presented, but I don't know how to find it. I can only search it like this. And they're doing, isn't that a conspiracy theory? Because they're trying to make the most profit. Even this. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, this is disgusting. Disgusting! To live in this circumstances. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, look. Oh, that extra legroom. Oh, you have to pay extra for that extra legroom. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're trying to get you. They're trying. They're trying to get you. And of course, people are getting violent. However, there is no need to get violent. You just have to describe to other people so they know how it works, so they won't fly that type of thing anymore, and try to find alternatives. Alternative paths that are well known will increase the competition, and as the competition increases, that will of course provide you with better, let's call them luxuries. But everyone wants to know, has to know what is going on, and that's why I want those videos of what's happening to be meditized and kept in memory for long enough to people to not forget that they are still ripped off from more they got. As always, I told you, the biggest conspiracy is that you think people are on the internet are not trying to rip you off for everything you got. Even me, like, I still have not found a way to rip everything out of you, but I'm true, right? I'm actually truthful, because the more I tell you what you're being ripped off for, you would learn to not be ripped off for those things anymore. All right, I'm joking. I'm not here to rip you off. Oh my god, 3 people just left as I trolled that I'm here to rip you off. No man, we're just shooting the shits. Come on. But let's just look at other things that happen these days. Another conspiracy theory is that some people think that standing in front of the plane engine won't get you sucked into it. But of course, an airport worker didn't believe that, and he was ended after getting sucked into the plane engine, even though he was warned by the captains and by the people out there that they are going to leave the motor going for another length of time, because they need to do that. The engines do need to do that, and apparently they did do 2 safety meetings about these things weeks prior, but no, someone still didn't believe it was possible. And of course, we know the people that didn't believe into this conspiracy. What else? Now, we talked about another conspiracy last time. Apparently it was a conspiracy. Apparently it was a thing. Let me just find it right here. about Scott Adams. You know about Scott Adams and his you won. You won. You won. Oh, what was this the one? I think this was the one. Okay, what's happening here? All right. That you won video, like the unvaccinated one. And I already told you, it's, as I already told everybody, it wasn't a competition. It wasn't such a race to be right. Nobody was right. It was just a wrong way of putting someone against each other and giving them some kind of false win into a war, which wasn't possible. But again, here is Bret Weinstein responding to that, saying that I understand Scott Adams' point. It's false, but contains truth. The question, is he interested in correcting his error, or does he prefer to fend off the information to protect himself or his public persona from damage he imagines would follow an acknowledgement of his mistake? So, what he seems to have done, of course, is that he tries to say that the others won, so his claims won't be further pursued as this situation is unfolding more and more and people are getting thrown into the gutter left and right, because now is the child energy that's going on, and people are getting caught up with their lies. Sorry about this. Oh, and another conspiracy theory. The biggest conspiracy theory of all is that, and I don't know how to tell you this, it's a conspiracy that everyone is into, and at some point you will be into it and will participate in it, unfortunately. But I don't think there's any way around this. Well, there are some ways around this, but you will see this conspiracy theory happening everywhere and a lot in your life. And I'm here to tell you that you're actually believing one of those conspiracy theories, and that is that everything will be alright in the end, which is truly the biggest conspiracy theory we are all involved in. Because you don't know if everything is going to be alright in the end. You don't know if you will be alright in the end. Nobody knows. Not all people were alright in the end. But we somehow act like it's going to be alright in the end. And since it's going to be alright in the end, what we're doing now, we can use the knowledge and the power that we're given to go into the most unholy places. But somehow this curse must be broken. This curse must be broken. And how it would be, we don't know. How it would be broken, not yet sure. Because it requires a lot of understanding and not believing that you have an answer. The answer. The only thing is to be. But to be God itself it does require a lot of not thinking, a lot of holiness, a lot of shadow work. And if you know a little bit about the shadow and you learn to integrate it, you will not be drawn into these conspiracies, the conspiracies of labeling something as good or as an objective, because happiness is not an objective, and it's still being thrown out there into those motivational videos, which, by the way, are not helping. If you're watching motivational videos and you're not doing stuff right after watching the motivational videos, again, you're not motivated, you're just feeling like you're getting motivated. Like I saw that, I watched hours, I listened to those motivation, come on, maybe today this motivation will come. Like, yeah, I'm going, let's watch some motivational videos, one short motivational videos. And let me see if you're going to go right now after this motivational videos, you will okay, this is a good one. Control your mind, motivational speech. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm gonna motivate you today in actually doing stuff. Okay, come on. Oh yeah, Alex Calls motivation, you have to always put one of those.
Suppose this day is all that's left. Suppose wherever you come from, you won't have time to return there and say bye-bye. And how will you use your time?
How will you use your time, huh? How do you use your time right now?
Have this attitude, that kind of earnestness, I think a lot of things will change, and so much for better. Nothing to carry over, no account for tomorrow, everything today is possible.
It's always today. They're always trying to bring you today. Just remember, if you're watching a motivational video, they're gonna use imagine, they're gonna use possible, and today, right now. But we all know that right now it's not right now.
So, but what is possible? What would be possible?
The majority says if you go through heartbreak, if you're on your knees because your life is falling apart, rush out as quickly as possible. What I've discovered is stay in as long as possible, because difficulty is growth in wolf's clothing.
Every problem that we have can be looked at two ways. We can look at it as a difficulty to get rid of, or we can look at it as a message from our true selves. Any problem comes along, not in order to make our life miserable, but actually in order to make our life less miserable.
I tend to disagree. There are some problems that are appearing into your life to make your life more miserable. And if you want to make it less miserable, then you will have to go to jail by today's standards. And I don't think you want to go to jail, do you?
And the suffering that it imposes is an attempt to wake us up. And if we wake up, we'll have a reason to be grateful.
I'll get to it tomorrow. I'm like, who promised you that? Right? I'll get to it a month from now. I'm like, who promised you that? We live our lives and we feel as if we're promised something. You think about how many people woke up this morning thinking like, man, everything is going to be great, and life changed, right? One day you wake up on top of the world, next day you wake up, world is on top of you.
Well, this is life, nothing different. I know it feels like it's so like from the depth of your heart, like they're saying something new, but actually you're listening to someone telling you what life is. And you already know what life is. However, you don't know what life is while you're not doing stuff. You don't know what life is right now sometimes. And people don't like that. People don't like hearing that right here, right now. is the moment at least to pass some time, don't feel bad about yourself for the amount of time you set yourself to waste, and then carry on with your life. And of course, we're using 1 hour and 45 as always.
How many of you in the last 6 months has had an idea that you did not act on that you wish you would have?
You get hungry by finding something that's you. I believe that all of us are born unique. You got to find out what is it.
And we're not all of us born unique. That's a fairy tale. We're born a variation of our parents. We're not unique. We're just a variation. Of course, we all become unique in a certain way, but not all the time in the best ways. But you have to go and find out what turns you on. However, if you're poor, you have to go to work.
That turns you on? What resonates with you?
Some of you are not transitioning.
Oh, transitioning. They can use the transitioning.
Because you're okay with the life you have, and I'm telling you, when I walk out, I want to be an example of you can start from wherever and get to wherever you want to get to. That's what I'm asking you to do. What fuels you? The reason why you're so lazy is not because you don't have the ability. You're so lazy because your dream's so small.
But that's true. Sometimes we do dream too small because we don't see the opportunities that are lying around. And we forget to watch them around. But that means to be more attentive around you and not waiting for the motivation to come. But of course, that's another bucket of worms, because depending on your diet and location in the earth and people around you, you might not interact properly with the layers of reality that struggles around you.
When you break, you have the opportunity to show the world, the whole world, what you are really made of.
Do not show the world. Your objective is not to show the world. I don't believe your objective is to show the world, because that means it's an external motivator, and that doesn't motivate people at all. The external will eventually fail, because the external, as we said, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to try somehow to become something that you tell you are on the internet, or you put a face on, but that's not actually you. That's not actually what you do. That's not how you're living. That's not how you're thinking. And I'm gonna break your mind right now. I'm gonna break it to the point where you realize that everything is meh. And when you realize that everything is meh, you can try to do a meh thing until you love it. Oh, you're gonna love it. But first you have to realize, because at any point in your life, there will be a point when everything will become meh, and even worse, be prepared for when things go not meh, they go shit. And when you go shit, you just say shit. And then you go to do something, like, come on, something, anything, move your body around, dance, go with the flow of reality.
So if you break, the fight isn't over. In fact, if you break, the fight is just beginning. And as you crawl up and out of that dismal and wretched place, covered, and you're covered in blood and sweat and dirt and filth as you rise above what you were.
and nobody would care. Nobody would still care, unless you're a girl. And if you rise from that field, oh, people won't want to deal with that. Of course, a person that did struggle, that does know that in each person's life, in your friend's life, in your neighbor's life, there will always be a struggle. And the point is to know that you're not the only one that has struggles. Everyone has their struggles. You're not that unique. You're not that unique, as he said. Everyone feels pressured by a certain problem. Like, that is the biggest problem in the world. And it is that everyone should be concerned about. Right? Isn't your problem the biggest problem in the world every time? Well, of course it is, but you could actually do something, or you could think about it as it being the biggest problem in the world. You could not see the gods speaking to you, but feeling like you've been their target all along. And sometimes you might be, but learn to go to up or down when you should go left or right. See what that goes on. See what that does.
And as you take the form of who you are supposed to be, you will see that in the very act of standing up.
Check out those gains. Now, you see, gains are still good. Gym is still good. Even though I would like something more. Like, the only thing that I don't like about gym is that it takes so much time. But indeed, you will see the gains if you're going constantly, if you're keeping yourself into it, you keep it in your mind. It is an objective to go there and arrive there. And I think they're selling you gym. It's not always gym. Gym doesn't work for everyone, but if nothing works for you, go to the gym. Because as you go to the gym, your body will increase its strength, it will change its form, and will also make you and itself, the brain, make you and itself understand the fact that heavy things can get heavier and the body can resist it. That's the beauty of the gym. It will help you know that, hey, you can do this and you can survive it. Sure, it might hurt afterwards, but again, the next time you can do heavier things. And that's the most beautiful thing about exercises, by the way. It's like, hey, I can move into this reality and I can lift stuff in this reality. And hey, they're heavy, but my body can lift heavy things apparently.
In the very act of fighting on, you will become and you will remain unbroken.
When you go for a walk with someone, something happens. Either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your pace.
Or you don't walk with someone because due to some unspoken and weird circumstances, you don't get to walk with someone. Or you just set up a pace beforehand.
Whose pace have you adjusted to?
There are people right now who are working who don't want to work. There are people who hate their jobs, but they keep getting up to do it. Why? Because it's simple, it's easy, it's routine, it's guaranteed. You be a huge favor, guys. Take full advantage of this opportunity and make your dreams become a reality.
Find your vision and follow it. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision.
Wait. I have a better idea. Right here. Just give me a few seconds. We're gonna do this properly. Oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. A little bit. Okay. Where is it? Just forgive me for I I am taking your time. Don't forget to subscribe while I'm taking your time. Ah, there you go. Come on. Where is it? Ah, yes. This is what I want you to see.
Of this opportunity and make your dreams a reality.
Find your vision and follow it. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision, you just drift around. You're not going to be happy. This is why it is so important to have that vision.
When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You got to be possessed with the dream.
All right. So, you think Sam Smith's possessed by the dream? But it works anyway. You look at this and they had the dream. They had the dream to do this and they did it. However, many people still don't do something. At least in their time, just many times wasting it. I'm wasting some hours myself, 1 or 2 hours or days, and the thing is, we all have to grow. The biggest conspiracy theory, another big conspiracy theory actually, is that success is defined by others. You're letting success be defined by others. I'm letting success be defined by others. Even though I do the God's work. I do the God's work. I turn water into wine. I give food to the hungry. But for others, they don't see it as a success. They want more. They want me to be a businessman. They need Jesus in their lives. Everyone needs Jesus in their lives because Jesus told only one good thing. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just try to enjoy today. But try to enjoy today in the sense of, if you are alive tomorrow, you can say the same thing about today. Like, enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it. And doing drugs every day, you're not enjoying it, as you're actually just destroying your brain to create those dopamine hits for you to have a semblance of feeling something and some excitement about the things that you're doing. As your body structure changes, the chemicals are running and ravaging your brain, arriving you to the point where you have these ideas for a date. Because we're loving here Mr. Yeetus Shorts. Let's go.
I really have a strong dislike for broke, cheap men.
Okay.
Like, do not invite me on a date if you're not taking me to Dubai.
What? All right. So, talking about high expectations, why would this average-looking woman think that Dubai is a place where everyone goes to visit with their loved ones, with their with just a girl that works, who knows, as a server? What, it doesn't matter what she looks like, she works at, why would they have the idea that they deserve a trip to Dubai? Like, isn't it a normal way to be with someone, just to grow up? Like, I know I'm old school, but in my opinion, of course, which is as useless as any opinions, wasn't the point of getting together, having no worry for tomorrow, but understanding that today, what you're doing today would also provide you with no worry about tomorrow, and you're growing each other for a future together, right? For a future together. That's what you're doing. You're a future together in which you would not worry about tomorrow. About tomorrow. Worry not about tomorrow. My friends, that's what Jesus said. But however, would you be able to not worry about tomorrow with this woman? Because now the algorithm is pumping them up, of course, making them believe they're more interesting and more needed into this world than they are, because this is what the internet does. And since they're doing that, they have the I don't know, the fantasies of being taken to Dubai. Do you know what they do in Dubai to people? Like, to girls like you. Like, if a man takes you to Dubai, if a girl ever tells you that one of her exes took her to Dubai, dude, just run. Just run. The unspeakable things and unholy things that the Tate City, yeah, that these girls are subjected to in exchange for, you know, all the commodities of having a Dubai trip is out of the questions. Like, the people there, they don't really respect. You know that the Muslims don't respect Western woman. All right, this is one of another conspiracy. Oh, we're going on into all conspiracies today, but a conspiracy theory with a conspiracy which is actually true and women don't understand is that Muslim men do not consider Western woman actual woman. They are, in their eyes, this kind of woman. Well, they're nothing but whores. At most, this is the description that they can get if they get something human. Because they're going there, they have the money, they're paying the girls in, and these girls come from all over the places of the world, poor places, maybe medium income places, but mostly poor places. They'll be taken to Dubai. They're flowing out some money, for what for them is cheap money. You can even give them 1,000 euros and they're gonna do and lick things that are not made for licking, or shoving, or putting and displaying the most the most outrageous things. But yeah, they think that just because girls are flown there into Dubai, they're just flown there and they're just flaunted for their existence, which they will find out real quick that no, it doesn't work like that in Dubai. Oh, you have to shove some things. You have to be on a list. You're gonna do unspeakable things that you will try to forget for the rest of your life, but you won't, because everybody knows what you did. And just spread the message always. Come on, let's see some other shorts. So from Sir Yutos. Because he just gives this quick shorts. They're amazing. Let's see. Take him through Detroit. Okay, we have here some cuddling. Okay.
Love of my life. Never gonna lose you. Come on, keep on my bath water.
You want me to rub your bath water? Run?
And bring me cookies. Make sure there's bubbles in there.
Okay.
The lavender ones, not the bubble ones. They give me
Okay.
anxiety. Okay, baby. That's so funny.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Take
him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
Oh, but of course. Yeah, he should be taken. He said too many girl words like lavender. Who even knows about lavender? But as we're going through this, I'm gonna tell you about another conspiracy that is going on.
Okay,
which is called the Red Pill conspiracy.
Can I just say one thing? If you're a man and you use the frowny crying face, you're gay. Like, I've always felt like that. Like, men aren't supposed to really feel like sad. Like, back in the war days, you used to have to kill people. Why the fuck are you sad? Like, I'm the emotional one. Why the fuck are you crying?
What?
Just
Okay,
what?
can I just say one thing?
Why is she saying? Look at her eyes. What is she being held hostage, or she's trying to actually make a coherent, to hit every point of a man? Like, what? Look, why? It seems like she's being kept with a gun, as she's trying to tell her opinions, and of course she knows that her opinions are like, what? Again. Oh, I love.
Like, I've always felt like that. Like, men aren't supposed to really feel like sad. Like, back in the war days, you used to have to kill people.
You don't know what people used to do, had to do in war days.
Why the fuck are you sad? Like, I'm the emotional one. Why the fuck are you crying?
Okay, as we're reaching the, okay, let's do another one. Because we're reaching the 1 hour and 45, and then everyone's supposed to be back to their life, right? Come on, let's go to women and accountability. Of course, that does not mix. Let's go into that one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Still not giving me an answer.
I just gave you the answer. Why do women get so defensive when they're called out on
because
something?
You don't want to be honest. You don't want to deal with the truth. You don't want to change.
We
what?
just don't want to deal with it.
Exactly. Why? Why is that an issue?
Because we kind of want to do what we want to do, and we don't see. You guys, men complain about things that are just sometimes just why? Why are you upset about it? You do.
Look at his face.
And I feel
because
like
there's something wrong.
For me,
and the only way to communicate and fix things is to address it.
I don't like to be told
and deal
that I'm,
with it and fix it.
I don't like to be told that I'm wrong. I don't like to be
that's
told
established.
when I'm wrong.
That's established.
I get agitated when I find.
Yeah, nobody likes to tell they're wrong. Who likes to be told, hey, you're wrong? Oh yeah, thanks. Like, I know I'm wrong sometimes. A lot of the times, but I still don't like to be told I'm wrong. But I still accept the fact that I'm wrong.
Find out that I'm wrong about something, okay? I get agitated. And that's why I guess I get defensive, because I just want to do what I want to do. And no, it's not always right, but I just want to do what I want to do. And when you call me out, it makes me...
Do you know the breathing? He does.
Be defensive, because I don't even understand why you would be calling me out. It's not that serious.
Just like a woman.
Yeah. Now, of
Still
course,
not giving.
this is another thing in which women are advertised that they can do what they want with no repercussions because there are people around there simping for them and protecting them, without understanding that this took thousands. Oh, he I don't know what he wants to do to her, but we're not promoting violence here. We're not promoting violence here. However, this kind of ability of a woman to believe, just to believe, not to do, just to believe that she can do what she wants, to have the audacity to think that she can do what she wants without having any responsibility, took thousands of years of clashes, wars, and events to be created so they can feel safe enough to be able to do what they want to do, and at the same time they know that some of the things they're doing are outrageous and there are consequences for that, and they don't want even those consequences because people are not doing that anymore, right? They're not engaging in that anymore. You're a woman, you're a man, doesn't matter. Pay the consequences or not even bother with them. Don't even bother with them anymore. Which leads me to the last conspiracy theory, in which it got to the point where people believe that you have to raise a child. You have to pay a child that is not yours. And we talk about this over and over again as I'm trying to input the leveler into your mind. There's a conspiracy theory making between the state and women to... Not a conspiracy theory, it's not a theory, it's a conspiracy. An unintentional conspiracy. It's not, they're not working together. Well, they're working together in a movement, in a symbiosis, but without that to be the end result. But that is the end result, as they are there just to make you somehow believe that every child is special, and you have to, from the moment they are born, not even from their conceptions, you are supposed to take care of them. And that, my friends, is, if you think about it, it's not true, even though it is a good thing to do, because hey, you would go into a relationship and try to conceive a child because you love each other and you want that child to have a more good life, a better life. But if at some point you do believe that you do not want to be endowed with that responsibility, you aren't. Well, you are by the state in the current condition. However, you should be able to take it as a loss You take it as a loss, like you understand, like, hey, I've lost this time, this child doesn't seem to be mine, this woman doesn't take life seriously, so I won't take it either. And do the biblical thing and take the kid, go in the woods, the child, the infant, go into the woods, leave him there for the gods to take care of them. And hey, if you're gonna pay with prison, you already lost by this point, right? If you're not willing to get a partner with which you want to raise a kid, you probably lost at some point because you're feeling down. And sometimes you have to accept that, hey, I don't know what happened, I fucked up, I'm going to take this kid to the woods. The gods may help him or may help him not. She has to also assume the responsibility of her actions, and I will assume mine, even if that's prison for now, which shouldn't be. It shouldn't be prison for leaving a kid in the woods, because you're actually not ending the kid. The kid just won't be able to sustain himself because you are pro-life. You are pro-life after all, right? Pro-choice, sorry, not pro-life. That is pro-choice. You have the choice to do what you want with your seed, right? Isn't that true? Isn't that true? And sometimes if the other person doesn't take the responsibility, you can always bring the leveler on, because your life might already been nullified, and it will be hard to get motivated after that. It will be hard to get motivated after such a blowback from a person that just wants to do what they want, not understanding that doing what you want entails a certain connection with the other groups, with certain family members, and maintaining decency, human decency, and human relationship decency, and not make the other person do this kind of reaction.
Like to be told that I'm wrong. I don't like to be told when I'm wrong.
That's established.
Wait.
So I get agitated when I find out that I'm wrong about something. Okay, I get agitated.
Wow.
And that's why.
And that doesn't make it that doesn't make it right if you get agitated. You just get agitated. Okay, you're agitated. It's still wrong.
I guess I get defensive because I just want to do what I want to do, and no,
okay, that breath.
Not always right.
This reaction. If you're making this,
I want to do what I want to do. It's not always right, but I just want to do what I want to do. And when you call me out, it makes me defensive because I don't even understand why you would be calling me out. It's not that serious.
Calling you out is calling you out. It's not intentional. Not everyone wants to call everyone out, but just don't do the things to be called off. Okay, so we're gonna end with this video because we're 1 minute 39 and we're gonna get a little bit overboard, but however, we're gonna go with this serious video, which is men have no reproductive rights, and we just talked about the level early on. If you felt like you lost in the reproductive thing, like the child isn't yours and the woman is just trying to milk you out of the money, accept the loss and go into the woods, leave the child for the gods to take care of them. Let's go. Let's see what they have to say here. I think it's with Undead Chronic. Here.
Help her to listen. Help her to listen.
No, it's Grey Ghost. Man begs woman not to kill his baby outside of an abortion clinic.
Oh my gosh. They don't. It's not right. It isn't right.
I'm such a good dad.
I know, honey.
I took care of her kids too, and the guy that she's let back in her
Oh my
life
God.
doesn't even take care of his own kids.
See, I feel very, very bad for the young man. Not gonna lie, I really do. But that's where he messed up, messing with the single mother. That's where he completely messed up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He should have taken the other kids. Usually you know what lions do? You know what the alpha lions do? When they take over a herd? Now usually they bring all the males of the previous lineage. They take them out and retake in all the females that are able to reproduce still, but to reproduce with his genes. Just so you know, that's what you do.
I have sympathy for his current situation because it's beyond fucked up seeing your legacy just being murdered right there. Done. Nada. And there's nothing you could do about it. But this could have been prevented in the first place if he did not mess with a single mother.
Oh, single moms. Nowadays, single moms, they're not even moms anymore. They're just like girls who forgot to take the pill. They don't want to be moms anymore. Who wants to be mom anymore at today's age? Who wants... There are, of course. Who are. And they're not on the internet, guys. They're not on the internet. Whoever passes here, don't think you're gonna find them on the internet. Just go outside and try to make a connection, a long-standing connection. And if you can't find that, just pump and dump.
Because if she doesn't even have respect for the previous father, that she took the kids away from her previous baby daddy, do you really think that she's going to have respect for your child?
Guys in that situation, they don't think that far ahead. Like, they just think like, oh, hey, a woman says she's willing to have my kid.
Oh yeah.
Like that's at most as far as they think.
And he seemed quite young as well, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Like, I think they enjoyed a great time, but yeah, it's if you want to make a kid and you don't know how the other person is with kids, then don't get into it. Just go on. Go to the gym. Make sure your body can make more than it can right now. Always go to the gym. The answer is always the gym.
Agreed. And, I'm not trying to sound morbid. I'm really not, because once again, I feel him on this current situation. But at the same time, I see this as a blessing in disguise. Because now he has no connection with this woman anymore.
Hey, normally he shouldn't have a connection with this woman anymore, but hey, we're living in 2023. Men are simping too much. And the fact they're simping is because somehow they are putting women on the pedestal. Too much on the pedestal. Too high on the pedestal. When there are so many things to do and so little time. However, indeed, a woman's smile can help your day. But when you know it's genuine, it could make you move mountains. However, since now all the smiles are mostly polite and not genuine, you don't even want to move a ball around. And that's the truth. The thing that it would be better to find its genuine smile.
Well, we can
He
hope.
can
that.
leave.
We can hope that.
Well, depending on the common law marriage and all that other crazy bullshit. But if he has no connection whatsoever with this woman, especially when it comes to a child, he can just ride off into the sunset and start anew. He learned this is a big lesson for him.
Like, if this is not the condition for him to get away from her, then he deserves everything else that comes afterwards.
Exactly. And with that, we can end the thing. And now, you see, the thing with the Sims, I can't judge them anymore. Like, Sims would be Sims, because somehow they're mostly blue-pilled because they think somehow they deserve a certain type of person, and they want to get with that type of person to show people, again, to show the world that they can get with that type of person, and they would do anything for it, which is even living their dignity, their values, their pleasure, the little pleasures in life, for the chance of being with a woman. Because as they pumping up those black pill moments in which men are becoming more and more sexless, which is true, by the way, but as they're pumping up those numbers and people understand that suffering is getting greater and greater as people are worshipping Satan more and more everywhere, then they feel that is an intrinsic need for actual getting anything for all they got. But at the end of the day, they do need Jesus. Everyone needs a little bit of Jesus, and of course we can't do this without a proper... Here's the thing with the Sims. Everyone thinks the others are Sims, but at the end of the day, the one... we don't know who gets it, and it's not a competition to go into the most heinous places to get some pussy. But the way that people are losing their self-respect right now just to get a dopamine hit is indeed troublesome. They had some dignity, however that dignity was probably hammered out or put out by all the things that are happening around. And they don't have families anymore that could teach them some traditions, some ways of understanding that they are the son of someone, or they are someone's relative or someone's friend. They can do stuff, but nowadays you can't say they have a reason to. What would they do? Now, I understand that they're simping and they're doing too much. That's the problem. They're doing too much for people, but and they're unbalancing the choice. Like, a normal thing to do for others, it's alright, but now, as you just heard, that woman wants in Dubai. If you don't have Dubai, she's not leaving you. Like, normal bond forming activities are not available anymore. Everywhere they are taking, they're getting something. Here's the thing, they're getting something, but they're not forming bonds, long lasting bonds. anymore, because there is nothing to bond on. You can't bond at work, you can't bond at the gym, you can't bond at let's say the where can you bond? Can you bond at the bars? You can't really bond at the bars because you're both mentally disabled while you're at the bars. So you can't bond at work, you can't bond with the cashier, you can't actually talk to anyone anywhere. And where can you talk to? Where can you meet someone and get some results? That's the thing. And they don't know what to do else but just gravel anywhere. And again, simps as well, the simp term, it's become too overloaded with information. The White Knight was the original simp. Now, the White Knight was just there trying to protect someone's honor for some reasons, and those are the original simps. Because everyone has become a simp nowadays. You can't really give a compliment nowadays because you have to treat them like shit. It's true. This is what the world has gotten into, and thank you, feminism, because now you have to treat women like shit for them to like you. And if you want to have a family, you will have a family with someone that you treated like shit and you know that they liked it. This is how it changed. Because yeah, I'm still wondering on what is the point of going on. How do you get on? Why would you get on? Why would you what would you like in a woman besides being a trad wife? Like, what is there still to find in women nowadays that is still worthy of keeping? Because of course there is no more honor, they don't want responsibility, they are not able to do like the real woman in all the traditions. They're not even able to mourn losing a baby, losing a potential future. But there are still some. I don't know where, but I'm still hopeful that there are there that are not engaging with the Sims, and Sims are not engaging with them, because some Sims get some results. Of course they get results. Some of them have money from the parents, but they're still able to transfer those money into the girl's hands somehow, which is weird because you don't ever give your money to the woman, because she will lose it all. However, if you understand each other's, let's say, vision for the money, then you know how to properly budget it. But again, this is another conspiracy. Another conspiracy theory is, and Baby will talk about it in more detail on Sunday, which you should subscribe for, because that way you would be notified when I'll be going live again, which will be Sunday most likely, if not earlier. But we usually do that on Sunday. And we will talk about the simping. We will hear some arguments that are made from the Thinking Ape. He's a MGTOW person that had some run of the mill and decided to go MGTOW and still understand what has some points about simping, because the majority has only, right now the majority of men have only one reproductive, let's say, what do you call it, set of actions, just one reproductive strategy right now, and that seems to be simping in most cases. And since we see a lot of simping, then many are not simping, and it's quite weird. We don't still know the answer, but maybe as we go into this Amanita series and truly find out what we're against, about what we're against, what we're fighting against, or what is fighting against us, what surrounds us and what changes us into the beings we are right now, maybe we'll slowly but surely understand how to act properly, as to undermine this matriarchy laws that are happening all around. Now, should we say the prayer before getting to sleep, getting to the rest of our day, getting to do what we want to do? We should do it, because we didn't do the prayer last time, and look what happened. We didn't pray. Now, as I'm thinking about what song should we put next, let's just take a moment to remind ourselves that there is always light into the darkness.
There is much to be skeptical of in this world, so it no longer surprises me to learn how many people don't really believe in anything. What's the point? For many of us, the road is a difficult one, but the path is always there for us to follow, no matter how many times we may fall. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Naturally, some days are harder than others, but I must try. We all have doubts. The light of the mind alone cannot burn away all darkness. Think on it, and look in your heart. It will be for the best. When the walls come tumbling down, when you lose everything you have, you always have family. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. Right. You're not so certain. Fair enough. We all go through periods of darkness. Of course. In a world filled with misery and uncertainty, it is a great comfort to know that, in the end, there is light in the darkness. In such times we can turn to the Lord, but it's good to have friends. And the good Lord knows there's much to be done here. You're a good neighbor to us. Thank you. Until then, God be with you.
Alright, the prayer has been said, everyone. We had a great time. We talked about all the conspiracies in the world. Now, I have a theory that it is possible to release the thought for them happening. However, it does require a lot of work on my part. And let's be honest, I'm not the most working person in the world. However, if you do subscribe, I will be more motivated into doing this, which will be a win-win for both of us. But until then, I wish you a good night, and remember, tomorrow is Friday, The weekend is upon us. And drink water. I don't know what to say. Always keep yourself hydrated. That's the best thing that you can do in any situation. If you don't have anything to do and you don't know what to do, hydrate yourself. It will keep you less hungry, less thirsty, less in need of something. You will have less need for more. So try to remove those needs, won't you? Have a great night. Have a great time. Have a great evening, and stop listening to motivational things and just go away. Go away from the internet. Go out. Don't get yourself beaten. And be thankful that you're still alive. I will leave you now with Stray Kids, a music video which was just released 7 hours ago. So this is a premiere for you because it's Japanese, and it's a fitting thing, as we all are a little bit stray nowadays since our king is long gone, but there'll be another. You good night, dude. You behave as well, and good luck on the jam. Good luck, everyone.
Driving me crazy, a bit too ready. I got take my attention. So that they can't tone, no take without anthem. The crowd's gonna follow us to do get bitch. But to kill, bang, bang, gotta shut it out now. Oh, nothing better. Yeah, nothing matters. 야미 못해라 시다스 하지 말이 no spotlight. This is the sound, it's the sound. 모래로 힘이 가세 간센이 아와세 태우고 기다린다. This is the sound, it's the sound. 세계의 모든 날개로 포크라 놓고 any 아와세 move it up. 모자른 모두면 나는 나의 fire 마크가 우리 태무 갖고 새 나의 간조 길이 나의呼吸 Let my breath out 이기우 쓸때 once more 하키다서 웰컴 미치가 빠지카 아타라시 가득해 착하고 나시 아돌리블리아 쇼니 후르 쏘착 오모이 코미디 cheers 스탠이 목힘에 단단 나니 목하면 pierce 이마 gotta fly here right now Oh nothing better Yeah nothing matters 야미 못해라 시다스 하지 말이 no spell This is the sound, it's the sound. 모래로 힘이 가세 간센이 아와세 태우고 기다린다. This is the sound, it's the sound. 세계의 모든 날개로 포크라 놓고 any 아와세 move it up. 붓고 터치는 rhapsody, rhapsody. 딱 하나로 this melody, melody. I get to equal volume up, max it up.全てが一つになって広がるんだ。I gotta take it to this time, I gotta take it to our sound. Get down to destination, this is our music drive. 너야 가라 stage, 가, 너야 가라 like a jack. 착한 나라 feed and beat, teach you show the music drive.